Scorpion pec stretch at 90 degrees. So we're gonna adjust this one. The first phase that we did these, we were down on the ground on the chest, roll across, and bring the arm behind the back. For this variation, we're gonna take the arm here to 90 degrees. I'm still gonna roll into it, but I'm not taking the arm behind the back. I'm just gonna press into the ground, open the chest and shoulder, bring it back, go to the other side, cross over, push through the chest, getting a good stretch through the pecs and the front of the shoulder. Ground T-spine series, a great set of exercises to work on that mobility through the middle back. So what I'm gonna do is start off laying across, my down leg is straight, I'm pulling this knee down and I'm reaching across, pinning this knee to the ground. I'm gonna open up and turn all the way out as far as I can and then bring it back. Again, rotating as far as I can, keeping that knee pinned down, trying to get my shoulders to the ground and bring it back. From there, I'm going with both arms out to the side. I'm gonna rotate both of them up and then reach back in a Y direction and fold it back down. Rotate up, stretch that arm back towards the Y and bring it back down. Once I finish there, I'm going back to this position. I'm gonna block the knee down again and I'm gonna reach all the way up and around and bring it all the way back in that full windmill motion. All the way up and all the way back, just barely dragging my fingertips there off the ground, keeping this knee blocked to the ground as close as I can. Scat full push-ups. So we're continuing with the scat push-up progression, but now we're going all the way down into a full push-up. So I'm starting up my push-up position, arms are locked, squeeze and pinch the shoulders, control it down, pausing just off the ground, press up and press out to lock the scaps all the way out. Squeeze, control it coming down, press up, lock the scaps all the way out. One more time. Pinch and squeeze back, control it on the way down, press up, full lockout to finish. Weighted Y to A raise. I don't need a lot of weight for this one. 2.5 pounds, 5-pound plates is a perfect amount of weight. I'm gonna start off down on my chest. Arms are gonna be out here with the thumbs up. I'm raising the thumbs up, pull the shoulders back to palms up. Raise back to the top, thumbs up, squeeze back, rotate the shoulders, palms up as I trace from Y back to A, then back up to Y. Rotator cuff warm up. I'm gonna start out with my arms out here in front, raise the elbows up, rotate, press overhead. Retracing the same pattern on the way down, elbows up, rotate, press. When I finish there, I'm gonna go alternated. Rotator cuff raise. Alternating sides, right arm, left arm, keeping the elbow in a fixed position, turning through the shoulders. Then I'm going double arm, down and back, finishing out 10 reps right there. Then I'm bringing my arms in, pull the elbows back, and I'm raising and rotating the scaps up to the side. Hitting different parts of the rotator cuff, getting the shoulders warmed up for the session.
Elevated in and out push-up. You can see I got some books stacked up on the floor here. You can make them as tall or as short as you need it to be. I'm getting my hand set up. Once I get my hand set up, I'm jumping up on top of the books as fast, as powerful, as explosive as possible.
Lateral explosive push-up. So I'm gonna start off in the push-up position, and then I'm gonna jump and hop side to side, working back and forth. Every time I hit the ground, I'm trying to press up and jump back to the side as explosive and powerful as I can. So I'm gonna start off here, angled a little bit to the side, push up and jump side to side, back and forth. Side check push-up. I'm gonna start from a push-up position. Now as I come down in the push-up, I'm driving my knee up to the side and bring it back. Switching to the other side, drive the knee up, bring it back into the push-up. Getting extra work on the core and through the hips. Great balance and control through each rep. I can also work in a rotation, so I'm pressing all the way up, pull it back down, and then rotate here at the bottom. Glue back to the wall, press it all the way up through the top, bring it down, and rotate at the bottom. The half kneeling single arm press. I can execute this exercise with a band or with a weight. The first variation we're going to show is going to be with the weight. I'm down, half kneeling position. I got my knee on the ground, hips lined up straight ahead, squeezing the glute and keeping the core tight. I'm starting my weight up here to the side. I'm going to press all the way up to the top and control it back down. Press up to the top, control it back down. One more time, press it up. Strong and controlled through the shoulders and core. Band one arm shoulder press. Again, in the half kneeling position, I got my knee anchored down to the ground so that it's pinning the band down to the floor. I'm wrapping underneath the band. I'm gonna open my shoulder up to the side, core's tight, hips are pointed straight ahead, press all the way up through the top, control it back down to the bottom. Punch it up to the top, and control it back down. One more, up and control. Bent over row. I'm going to show two different variations of this exercise based on the weights or band that you guys have available at home. So the first variation, we're going to go with the dumbbells. I'm going to set them up, pick up here chest tall. I'm going to sit back into a RDL position, and now I'm rowing elbows back as high as they get, and reset back in that RDL. Keeping the chest up, pulling the elbows back as far as I can. One more time, squeeze, pinch in the back, and reset. Second variation of the bent over row is going to be with the band. With the band here, I'm going to stand on top of it. Again, I'm starting up here tall first, sit back into a RDL position, keeping the chest up, everything is tight. Pull, squeeze the elbows back, and control it back there to the bottom. Pull and squeeze, elbows up high, and reset. One more time, puff the chest out, squeeze back, and reset back to the bottom. Banded split stance Y raise. So I'm getting to my split stance or lunge stance. I'm set up down here at the bottom, core's nice and tight. I'm raising the band up overhead, and I control it all the way back down to the bottom. Raise up overhead, keeping that core tight, standing tall, and control it back to the start. One more time, raise all the way up to the top, and control it back down. Shoulder lateral raise and rotate. I'm starting here with the elbows bent at 90 degrees. I'm gonna rotate the shoulders up, parallel to the ground, come back, bring it in, and back down. One more time, start with the elbows bent, up, rotate, back, down. Very controlled, so you can hit each movement with control and precision. Bring it back to the start. Neck bridge without the support of the hands. So I'm bringing my arms out here in front, digging the heels into the ground. I'm gonna bridge up onto the head and neck, control it, back down and reset. Bridge up, pushing through the heels, up onto the neck, and bring it back down. If this is too tough of a variation, you can still use your elbows on the ground to help support it and take a little bit of pressure off of your neck. Banded lateral neck. So I have the band looped around my head and I'm holding on to the band. I'm choking up on it nice and short. I'm gonna pull tight here so that I have resistance, and then I'm bending to the side and control it back up to the top. I'm trying to hold my hands steady so that there's resistance, continually pulling on the neck. You can see on my arm, I'm pulling with a lot of grip to keep that tension on the band.
Reps, bring my hands back in even further, elbows in, and hit your reps there.
Band skull crusher. I'm taking the band right here. I'm bringing it behind the back, right here at the top of my shoulders. Laying back on the ground. I'm going to press it up here to the top. Bring the elbows back and lock it out, coming forwards. Make sure your shoulders are on the band so that it anchors it down and holds the band to the floor. Band overhead tricep extension. I'm gonna take the band, anchor it down on the ground from my knees, raise it up overhead and press it up. Then I'm working back behind the head and locking out from the elbows, working the triceps. Band tricep push down. Most of you probably don't have a great place to anchor the band, so we're just gonna use it right over the door frame here. So I'm gonna take my band up, loop it up over the top of the door frame, make sure it's on there good so it doesn't slide off and snap you down. Set up back, choke up on the band a little bit to get a little bit of tension, and then I'm just pressing the band down, lock it out, a little pull apart on the band at the bottom, every rep, full extension, lock out the triceps.
We're gonna do a flip and catch. Holding the brick right here, I'm flipping it and catching. Make sure I'm working both arms, both hands. All right, again, next progression of that, flip and catch 2 at a time. Good, so those are some good dynamic grip workouts you can use with good old-fashioned bricks.